Hello everyone, I am your news anchor, Yali. Welcome back to our channel. Today, we will delve into the latest news from China. Honestly, these news stories are more exciting than any science fiction novel you can open. We have giant robots like those in Transformers, space adventures like Star Wars, and simulated war games like Independence Day. I bet these are more stimulating than your cup of caffeine. If you haven't subscribed to our channel yet, click the subscribe button right away. Now, let's get started. Firstly, Jill Murphy, the Deputy Assistant Director of Counterintelligence at the FBI, recently told us that China's threat is like an active Transformers, complex and enormous. I don't know about you, but I really don't want to see Optimus Prime showing up in my backyard. In addition, the U.S. Secretary of the Air Force recently commented that China's space surveillance capabilities are like something out of Star Wars. I just wonder if we can get Yoda's help? Next, let's take a look at China's simulated war games. Do you know what their strategy is? It is said that they aim to destroy U.S. aircraft carriers with hypersonic weapons, just like the plot in the movie Independence Day. Maybe we should give Will Smith a call and see if he has time to save the Earth. In the economic field, some experts claim that China's economy is in a rotten state, and the vision of recovery is like a mirage. However, the G7 is joining forces to counter China's economic coercion, which seems like fighting against a mirage. Meanwhile, Japan seems to be concerned that China may become a world-class military, ahead of schedule. It feels like a large-scale role-playing game, but the protagonist in this game is the entire country. I'm sure you remember the Starlink project, Elon Musk's grand dream, right? Now China has joined the game and is intensifying its development of its own satellite-driven internet. You know what, I always feel like a person named Musk should be a gigantic spaceship, not just a project. Don't forget, China also has its own social issues. It has been reported that the number of cancellations for organ donation registrations in Hong Kong has surged, which is causing a headache for the Hong Kong government. Here's an idea. Maybe they can borrow those clone armies from Star Wars to help out. In the job market, young people in China are facing a crisis of professional and employment mismatch. It seems like choosing the wrong major is trouble for oneself. China's military has set up a buffer zone in the eastern part of Ladakh on the China-India border, as if they are playing a real-life version of the territory game. It reminds me of the game we used to play as children, guess who gets this piece of candy? However, this candy is a real piece of land. Let's wait and see who will get this candy. Once again, Taiwan was unable to participate in the World Health Assembly as an observer. But don't worry, Taiwan, you have the support of the United States, Japan, the United Kingdom, and France behind you. It's good to have friends, isn't it? That's the power of friendship. That's how the world is. While some are protesting, others are busy preparing for tourism. China boycotted the G20 tourism meeting held in Indian-administered Kashmir. Everyone has their own way of enjoying life, right? It seems that Russians are really good at doing business. Guess what? They have increased their energy supply to China by 40% in 2023. Can you imagine so much oil and natural gas? I guess they must be celebrating now. The fascination with royalty seems to be a global consensus. A Patek Philippe watch worn by the last emperor of China, Puyi, was auctioned in Hong Kong for a staggering $5.1 million. If you were an emperor, even your old accessories can sell for a fortune. Let's talk about China's newly appointed ambassador to the United States, Xie Feng. After he set foot on American soil, the U.S. State Department expressed expectations of working with him. I don't know if you have the same expectations, but I hope his Xie thanks won't just be for his boss, Xi Jinping, but a genuine effort to promote relations between the two countries. Next, some news that weighs heavy on the heart. A Chinese Douyin, TikTok, live streamer, San Qian Jie, was found dead 12 hours after ending a live stream. He drank at least 7 bottles of liquor during the live stream. It's a tragedy and a reminder that no matter when, where, or why, we should respect our own lives. Hong Kong's Cathay Pacific Airways recently staged a real-life, lost in translation, drama when a mainland Chinese netizen claimed to have been discriminated against by flight attendants, who even said the passenger couldn't understand human language. I know being a flight attendant is tough, but this is quite innovative, isn't it? Cathay Pacific Airways stated that they are investigating the matter and have apologized. In fact, they have already dismissed the 3 flight attendants involved. That's a zero-tolerance attitude. I guess they must be relearning human language now. Speaking of the economy and the market, do you remember Adidas? It once angered the Chinese government and lost market share in sales. Now, Adidas hopes to revive its business and reposition itself as a partner to the Chinese government. Sometimes, you need to know how to dance in the marketplace. Let's move on to social events in China. In Sanmenxia City, Henan Province, 34 teachers went on a hunger strike to protest against wage arrears. It reminds us of an old saying, education is a good thing, but paying teachers is equally important. Zibo, a once obscure city, has become hot because of barbecues and has become the hottest tourist destination in China. Barbecue is truly a food that people can't get enough of. It seems that not only Americans enjoy backyard barbecues, but Chinese people do too. The recent insulting the military controversy in China continues to ferment. Artist Yu Minjun, known for painting soldiers with a big smile, has been accused of disparaging the People's Liberation Army. It might confuse some, just like it confuses me right now. Is it against the law to paint the PLA laughing heartily? While we were quietly enjoying afternoon tea, Pacific coastal countries have already felt the tension of China's naval power. As a result, they have decided to turn to the South Korean shipbuilding industry in search of a savior, just like finding a miraculous weapon to fend off monsters. The recent China-Central Asia Five Nations Summit was like an emperor's feast, while the G7 summit was like a modest hotel gathering in comparison. Some people say that China is exaggerating its scale, but if you ask me, I think maybe China just wants to showcase its ability to host grand events. Lastly, let's talk about Hong Kong's luxury real estate market, which is like a suspenseful drama. The debt restructuring of two major mainland developers has left people worried about their luxury property project, Kaiyu. The creditors' banks may take over these luxury properties, as if those greedy gamblers have lost all their chips in the end. That's today's news update. I hope you enjoyed it. Remember to like, share, and subscribe to our channel. See you next time. Take care, everyone.